Hello and welcome to the video. I'm Ken, your host and friend. Today's Monday. It's possibly going to be a Black Monday. I'm not sure 100%. I haven't checked the news. I don't want to look at the news until tonight. They always say if you want to have a good day, don't listen to the news, don't listen to the radio, because a lot of times it's bad news and that can actually affect how your day progresses. You're not supposed to kind of listen to that kind of stuff until after like 10 or 11 in the morning. Don't get up in the morning, turn on the news and just hear awful things that are happening in the world, because it affects you totally. It affects your day, which can affect other people's day. Little information for you guys. Anyway, so yeah, because of what's happened in the last week, people were thinking that possibly today was going to be Black Monday. All the stock markets and everything were going to crash like 1987. Let me know in the comments below if you were worried about it. I'm not tremendously worried about it, because things over time seem to kind of even out. Even in the Great Depression, it eventually evened out. It took some time, but eventually evened out. Same with like back in 1987. I was like 21, and I kind of remember it. And then I also remember in 1990-91, when I graduated from college, into a recession, and I couldn't find a job, and so I worked for my parents doing courier and driving around, doing courier deliveries for them, and seeing how many business had lease signs or for sale signs on them. It was crazy. But again, over time things get better. So I just want to know if you guys were worried about today, and if you have investments for your future, for your retirement. Carol and I have been working really hard over the last 30 years to have up here in Canada, we have our RRSPs, which is our registered retirement savings plan. And then we also have a TFSA. If you dump money into that and leave it there, whatever interest that gains is tax-free. So they allow you up to a certain amount of money to put in it. And I still have a lot of room left in there. It's hard to fill the TFSA out. The best thing about that is whatever interest you get on that is tax-free. So as long as you have that little bit of extra income every month, every year, whatever, just keep dumping money into your TFSAs. That's what Carol and I have been doing, and it is growing very nicely. But it is possible after today we might have lost some money. I don't know. So again, let me know in the comments below if you guys were worried or not. So let me catch you up. Friday, I worked all day Friday really hard to try and get Orangeville video done. And it took me all of Friday into Saturday, and I got it out before 2 o'clock, which was awesome. It's usually 2 to 4, somewhere around there is when I try to release my videos on Saturday. So Friday night though, Carol and I watched Princess Bride. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen Princess Bride. It's probably in my top 100 movies of all time. It is a fantastic movie. It is really fun to watch. It's held up to time. I can't remember what year that was out. I think it was the 80s. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somewhere in the 80s, The Princess Bride came out. It's just a fun movie. It's very uplifting, very wholesome movie, and the way they put it together, Rob Reiner was phenomenal. So after I launched the video, watched some TV, had some eggs, and then got ready to go down to the Tickle Toad to celebrate Matthew and Natalie's Jack and Jill. So it was $100 per person. It was open bar, and they had food coming around all night long. They had like chicken skewers, meatballs, bruschetta, however you want to say it. What else did they have? Oh, and then they had little samosas, which were really nice and spicy. I enjoyed those. I enjoyed pretty much every single thing. I love those meatballs too. Oh, and they had shrimp. Like, it was like deep fried shrimp in like a sweet sauce. And so you just like get your toothpick and put like 4 or 5 on there and just nibble away while you're drinking your brewski. I think I started off with Canadian and then moved over to Czech Bar, because I love Czech Bar. Paul's restaurant is awesome. And it was packed. There were so many people there. I hope that Matthew and Natalie made some good money on that night. So I'd like to thank Paul and Sonia and the Tickle Toad for hosting that. It's almost like I wish they would do that, you know, a couple times a year. That would be great. it was just a good time. And they also had some gambling. So we bought a bunch of chips, lost all our money. But again, all the money from the gambling and stuff goes straight to Matthew and Natalie. Right now we're in Bradford and we are at the Royal Bank, and I have to go and do some banking stuff, and then we have to zip over to Service Canada and renew our license and our health card. I tried to do it online. Put all the information in, all the numbers, all the expiry dates, move to page, get to the end, error. Sometimes I really hate doing things online because you go through all those steps and then it kicks you out for whatever reason. So I am going to go to Service Canada and just deal with it with them in person, which is the best way to do it. All right, let's go into the bank and get some stuff done. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And now, Service Canada, MTO, and we'll renew our license and renew our health card, and all will be good once again in the world. I watched a couple of videos recently how people explain that even though you bought a house, bought a car, you basically are renting it for the rest of your life, depending on where you live, I would imagine. But here in Canada, if you stop paying your house taxes, they could take your house away from you. So you never really own your house and the property unless you continue paying taxes. And the same with a car. If you don't renew your license, you can have your car taken away from you or forced to stop driving. You could buy a car and leave it on your property and never license it, and then you'd own that car forever. You just wouldn't be able to drive it legally. You could take it out every once in a while if you really wanted to risk it, but I wouldn't suggest that. But let me know if you've heard of that. In Gun Barrel City, Texas, if you guys remember me going down there to videotape for that fishing show. When we went to interview the mayor, I don't know how we got onto the subject of taxes and stuff. I think she just happened to say it. She said, we got a lot of people living here because we don't pay property tax. I'm like, what? Like, my whole life I've known that you have property taxes, but I guess there are cities and districts or towns, whatever, that don't have to pay house taxes and property taxes. So if you buy that house and property, you own that for until the government switches. The government can do anything they want, really, can't they? They can just come in one day and say, you know what, the town's running out of money. We need money for the schools. We need money for the roads. We need money for garbage pay. Like all that money that you pay in your property taxes goes to all these things. But if you stop paying here in Ontario, they can seize your house. So you never really own your home. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think I'm saying it correctly. I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but I've just heard a couple people say, I think they're probably TikToks or something, either TikToks or YouTube videos, just happen to be clicking around and then find a video where they're talking about the fact that you'll never own, at least in Ontario. Like I said, Gun Barrel City, Texas. A lot of people live in Gun Barrel City, Texas, because they never have to pay property taxes, and somehow the businesses in the area or some, because I asked them, I go, how do you run a city and not collect taxes? But it's like something to do with the businesses that are in the area that pay for all that stuff. I don't understand how some of this stuff works. But yeah, so right now I'm going to renew my license so I can continue driving the car that I purchased. that if I stop renewing my license, that they can stop me from driving or take my car. I don't know how far it can go, but you'd get fines if you got pulled over and your license wasn't renewed. I also saw in certain states, I'm not sure if that's in Canada yet, but police officers have a scanner that just automatically scans license plates as they're driving, and he doesn't have to punch it in. Back in the, I guess here in Ontario, as far as I know, if they see your license plate and they're thinking that you're, they just check. So they punch in the license plate and it comes up whether it's stolen, whether the license is expired, whether you have warrants, whatever. So now they have these scanners, and a lot of people are up in arms apparently that they could think it's not fair that the cops can just be like driving along and you could be minding your own business, but your license might be suspended, and you're just trying to get to work because you need that job to pay that money to pay that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so a lot of police officers definitely find bad people by having that scanner and scanning license plates all the time. But if you're driving around and you hadn't renewed your license, before we used to have stickers. I'm not sure if you guys ever did that in wherever you live. So a lot of the cars around me, they still have stickers on them, but they took that away. You don't have to mail you a sticker anymore. So now the cops just have to punch your plate in, and it will tell them if the owner of that car's license is suspended or you never renewed your license, and then you would get a ticket. Anyway, so let's go get that and my health card renewed because they both expire on the same day. And here we are. That bar on the left there used to be a Shoeless Joe's, then it was a Don Cherry's, now it's Perfect. I think that's SZN, Perfect Sizzlin' maybe? I don't know what it is. SZN. Celebrate every season. I think Carol's been there, but I haven't. Oh, I also forgot to tell you guys, I did a 6-kilometer walk this morning, and let's see how many calories I burnt. I think it's like just under 10,000, probably like 8,000 steps. So let's just quickly look. It feels good. I'm finding it really hard these days. I'm not sure if it's the weather or what, but altogether, yeah, I've done over 8,200 steps. So that's why I'm not wearing my jacket. I'm just still kind of overheating from the walk. And if I hit that, it says I burned 540 calories. Probably it's off by a bit, but active calories was 414. And I know these things aren't dead accurate. What's accurate for me is how long I walked and how far I walked. And I don't really trust what the calories say. But anyway, let's go get our license renewed and our health card done, and then we'll go home and cook up some eggs for lunch. Hello.
Hello.
Need to renew those too.
Renew. So for the license, it's $90. How would you be paying? There's your bank card back.
And I can do the 5-year, right? Or is
They're both
all
5
5 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be using my Visa.
This is the new code. Keep these together till you get your new card, and I just need you to initial there.
Okay.
And then if you don't get it by this date, make sure you visit an office before. That's July the 6th. Okay. So
July
by the end of
6th.
June, if you don't have your card, get in here.
Okay.
Okie dokie, you're all done.
I'll get plastic.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. So I got my temporary driver's license. I have a temporary health card, and you just got to keep those with you until you get the new ones, either in the mail. And if you don't get them, like she said, by the end of June, get to one of these locations quickly. Oh, there's another Chrysler right in front of me. It looks like the same year and everything. That's hilarious. He's got his roof racks on. Well, guys, that's all I have for you today. Today was get bank stuff done, get my license, health card, and bring you guys along for on the ride. I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and sometimes that gives me an idea to create a vlog. Yesterday and the day before, didn't really, Saturday night was, personal and stuff, so I didn't videotape anything for the channel in that situation. But sometimes you guys come up with really good questions, and that gives me an idea to make a video. I still have to do Maurice his box that he sent me with all those treats and things from Germany. So I will try really hard to get that done. It's just that if I open that box, I have to sample all the things that are in the box, and most of the days I'm trying not to eat that kind of food when I'm at home. So I'm trying to find the right moment to do those. I might actually, you know what, the best idea I think I can have is on my cheat day, when I make a video for their KBD Productions TV, I will bring the box with me, and while I'm like in between shoots, I will bring that box with me, and I'll just make a vlog in the front of my car, and I'll bring the steering wheel tray, and we'll open up Maurice's box and make a whole vlog out of it. What do you guys think? Is that cool? All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day. See you in the next vlog.